Okay, so another thing that's happening in Nigerian football is that we are seeing more and more of our players, trying to show off a little bit of their personality, trying to show us some of the off the field stuff that's happening, how they spend their lives when they are not playing football. And two of our Super Eagles players recently linked up for a video that was posted on YouTube. They linked up for a video that was posted on YouTube. I'm talking about Alex Iwobi and Ola Aina. It was a nice chat. They went back to the ends where they grew up. They were just in the open on the field, just talking, chatting away. I always like seeing conversations like that. One, because it shows you just the regular life of these people that you watch on TV and you see as celebrities. And it also makes them feel very comfortable to just talk their talk without the pressure of maybe some journalist or anything like that. So it was an interesting watch. But I think there were two comments in particular that stuck out. And people have already been talking about it a little bit. Two comments in particular, both were made by Ola Aina. So yeah, I'll show you guys the video, and Smith Layi, I'll get your thoughts on it. And of course, always our audience, you can always engage with us and give us your thoughts as well. Okay, so the first one.
I hope you qualify because everyone's dream. Like obviously, I'm lucky to have lived to play in the World Cup, but I want. There's some people like, for example, Ola was unfortunate to go when I feel like he should have deserved to go. So like, there's some people that would like to go.
Went against me that year.
So like, everyone wants to go World Cup, man. It's everyone's dream. So
yeah, man.
I mean, we still have a chance. I'm not gonna lie, we still have a chance. So,
I think listen, to be honest, Alex, I can't lie to you. Like, I think we'll get there.
We obviously made it hard for ourselves, but
yeah, I think we'll get there, man.
Yeah.
You get me? It's calm. Is it a bit of a stretch? Yeah. I don't know. This is just me. You get me? You see how Ghana done their thing that World Cup? Where was it? Quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Was it 2010?
Yeah.
That's on my Jan and that. Yeah. Bro, with the squad that I don't know. Tell me if it's a stretch.
It's not.
With the squad that we have, yeah, brother. We can touch semis, bro. First, I don't think it's a stretch, man. I think our team's so talented, yeah, that, bruh, like we actually can do something. You feel me? And the AFCON was just, I feel like it was just that little glimpse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that little glimpse.
But we're still young anyway, man.
Okay, very loaded video. Somebody already commented and say, "Oh, the video they vex me." But they're talking about the World Cup that's coming up in 2026. It will be said, obviously, we've made things hard for ourselves. But Ola Aina said, "No, Alex, I think we will get it. I think we will get there." He even now went on to say, "Remember what Ghana did in 2010 when they got to the quarterfinals? He said this squad that we have in the Super Eagles, they can even touch semis." Smith Layi, what are your thoughts on that?
You know my thought already about the World Cup qualification. I think that we'll qualify for the World Cup. These people just need to get their edge to knock it with one hammer on the other side. We qualify for the World Cup. I also think that we're always lucky when we play in America. America has been a very good hunting ground for. I don't know the reason. Maybe you guys vibes in America, and everything. I don't know. But America has been a very good hunting ground for. I think that our best World Cup to date was in the USA, and also we won the Olympic gold too in the USA. So semi-finals might be, but what I see is that I looked at all the national team in this world. We are not far off. Honestly, I looked at all of them like this. We are not far off. I don't think that England will beat us. I don't think like that. If we get it right, I don't think that way, because I just realized that McGuay, I don't think McGuay is better than Kevin Bassey, in my opinion. I just look at it like, if we get, before, the star used to be very far. We can have Taribo West playing for Derby County and one person playing for Man United. It used to be very far apart then, but I think now it's getting closer. They have players that we can fear. We also have players that can show us fair. So, in my opinion, I think that we should not be qualified for the World Cup as passengers any longer. We should be going there to do it. And I actually would agree with Ola Aina. I don't think Ola Aina has kicked a ball for Nigeria in this World Cup qualifier. So, I don't know. I don't think he has kicked a ball. I think that with Ola Aina, because the last two games against Africa and Benin Republic, I don't think it was there. I'm not sure. Maybe it was because I saw Jamilu Collins play that side in against Zimbabwe. So I don't think he was there too. So I just think that if Osimhen has never kicked the ball for us in the World Cup qualifier, I just think that if you bring the big guns with a good coach that knows exactly what he's doing, we'll qualify for the World Cup. We're going to do well.
Okay. The first thing I would say, Ola Aina played in the 1-1 draw against Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ola Aina played in that game.
What about against Lesotho?
Against Lesotho was Jamilu Collins.
Jamilu Collins. Okay.
It was Collins on the left and Osai Samuel on the other side.
Yeah.
But you know, I find it very interesting. Can we qualify for the World Cup? Of course we can. I still have full belief that we can qualify. You know, as bad as things are, we're 4 points away from the top with 8 games to go. It is a gap that we can cover, but we need to. I commented something on your live earlier today. We need to convert this our potential energy that we have in Nigeria. We can do this, we can do that, we can do that, we can do that. We need to stop all this. We can, and actually start doing it. We can beat Lesotho. Oh yeah, beat them. We can beat Zimbabwe. Oh yeah, beat them. We can beat Benin. We can beat South Africa. We can beat Rwanda. But if we just keep on canning and we don't start doing, we are not going to qualify. He's a footballer. They are both footballers. They are both footballers that play for Nigeria. Of course, they are going to believe in themselves. Of course, they are going to back themselves. Of course, they are going to say that they will qualify. If any Nigerian football player says anything less than we will qualify for the World Cup, they need to not call that player up again. Because if you are a football player, you are in the team, you have to believe. Until the last moment, you have to believe. But see, we need to change this. We can. We need to actually start doing it. Because yes, our next games are in the AFCON qualifiers. So we're getting a little bit of a break from World Cup qualifying action. But World Cup qualifying is going to continue in March of next year. We need to beat Rwanda. We need to beat Zimbabwe. We need to win these games. Otherwise, we are going to keep on saying we can, and we won't qualify. So for me, going to the comment about touching the semis, I love the confidence. I love the faith. I also believe that this is a supremely talented squad. I also believe that this is a very, very good set of players. But we've never qualified for the World Cup yet. We're currently not on track to qualify. It's a bit funny for us to be talking about reaching the semi-finals. Honestly, currently we're playing a potential game, but we need to actually start proving ourselves on the field. We need to actually start getting results. He said AFCON was just a glimpse of what we can do. We got to the final of the AFCON, we lost. I agree, the AFCON was good. But after the AFCON, we didn't continue on that same momentum. We need to turn this potential into reality. We need to back it up on the field because everybody is looking at Nigeria. They know how strong our squad is. We have Osimhen, we have Lookman, Iwobi, Aina, Boniface, everybody, Basi, Osai, but they still believe they can beat us. They still believe that they can get positive results against us. And if we don't prove them wrong on the field and prove ourselves right, I think is a bit laughable for us to be talking about getting to the semis of the World Cup. Let's even first qualify, then we'll talk about how far we can go. We have the potential to do very well at the World Cup, I agree. Potential. But until we turn it into action, until we turn it into results, potential accounts for nothing. Potential accounts for nothing. That's just the reality. But yeah, let's move on from that one very quickly so that we'll take the other comments that I highlighted. I'll play the video for you guys, and let me know what you think. This one is Ola Aina talking about the AFCON 2023 final. Here it is.
Hey, no, he was
Hey,
injured beforehand.
it's true.
Oh yeah, guys are saying you got roasted. Still.
It's true.
Guys are saying you got roasted.
Let me set the record straight. This one, yeah?
Bro, there was a few man that were injured. He was one of them, bro. He was playing.
Hamstring.
What?
I was playing
With
with
no
them.
hamstring, bro.
Let me set this record straight, yeah? Whatever, I'll give it to my man that whatever done his thing and that. Assist, goal, whatever. Yeah. It's a ball, innit?
A
I
Dingra.
think it's a ball, innit?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Was it?
A
Yeah,
Dingra.
yeah.
He's a Brighton.
He's a ball, innit? Like, give it to him, innit? Man was playing on one leg. You think I'm missing AFCON final? You think I'm missing AFCON final? I even see people they were cussing the coach and that. It wasn't the coach's fault, but he asked me, do you think you can play? Of course I told him I can play. What do you think this is? AFCON final, you know what I mean? I never knew. I don't know if I'm gonna make it there again.
Yeah, bro, you have to play, bro.
I need to play, bro.
Bro played no hamstring.
I tried to manage, and you get me. I didn't manage, clearly. So, you man, allow it, man. Man didn't get cooked, fam. If I got cooked, I'll tell you I got cooked. I didn't get cooked, bro. I was how you say hampered? Hampered. You get me, man. You get me. I was hampered, fam. Feel me?
So Ola Aina was defending himself. Said, I didn't get cooked by a Dingra for that, in that AFCON final. And of course, that goal that won the tournament with Sebastian. Let's finish. He said that he was essentially playing that game without a hamstring. He was injured. And the coach asked him if he was able to play. And he said, of course, I said yes. I'm not going to miss the AFCON final. I don't know if I'll ever be here again. Smith Layi, when you hear those comments, do you think playing with an injury, telling the coach that you can play when you're not 100% fit, in the final of Nigeria's first AFCON final in 10 years, is it selfish or is it selfless? What do you think?
For me, I think it's selfless. If we came out of that final and we won the final, look, see, imagine he played with injury and he didn't even complain. He puts his body on the line for the country. We won, but because we didn't win that AFCON final, people will think that it's selfish. See, let me tell you something. For the coach to come and ask you that, are you going to play in that final of the AFCON? It's because he's not sure of the options on the bench. And apologies for this thing. I think some people went to that AFCON as passengers. For him to play injured player in the final, that means that the quality we have on the bench is not up to the quality of Ola Aina, which I think you will admit. I don't want to mention the player's name, you admit. So he's trying to think that, okay, Ola Aina, maybe he can still do some magic. So in my opinion, I don't think that Ola Aina will say, I cannot play. Because he wants to be there. He wants to be part of the party. So it's now the coach that will decide, maybe okay to play this guy. Ola Aina cannot submit the first 11 list by himself. It's the coach that will put up the list and submit it. So it's the coach that will now look at it. For me, another thing is that I think the medical team too, they are not doing their job. Because at the end of the day, they should be able to give the coach the report that this guy is playing with one leg. Are you sure you want to risk him? So many things, why just think that I won't blame Ola Aina. I think I will blame those that put him there that didn't work out. But if he worked out, I think we're not talking about this.
Okay. For me, selfish or selfless, it's hard for me to pick a side. I won't lie. I'm in the middle. I think it is slightly selfish, and I also think that it is slightly selfless. Here's why I say so. The selfish part is exactly what he said in the video. I don't know if I will be here again. He's thinking about himself in that moment. That I'm in the AFCON final. I have a chance to play. I don't know if I will be here again. He didn't say, I don't know if Nigeria will be here again. He said, I don't know if I will be here again. He's thinking about himself. That is why I say it is slightly selfish. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that selfish has a negative connotation to it, but being selfish is not always a bad thing, like the way people make it out to seem. Everybody has a little bit of selfishness in them. You know, if I come and offer you an opportunity and I say, "Oh, should I give it to this other person?" You're looking out for yourself first. You say, "Ah, bro, no, let me do it. I can do it." Even if some people, even if you're not 100% confident that you can do it, you say, "No, let me do it," because you want to get that benefit, whether it be financial compensation, whatever it's exposure, whatever it is. Everybody has a little bit of selfishness in them. All the best athletes are a little bit selfish. So I don't necessarily think it's a negative thing, but I think it was definitely slightly selfish. Now, why I say I think it was also slightly selfless is because for the coach to obviously know that he's injured, but still come and ask, it means that the coach really, really wants to use him. If the coach felt like he had very easy replacements, the coach is even the one that will come and say, "Don't worry yourself. This other guy will play. Don't worry. This other person will play. You've done well for us so far in the tournament." So for the coach to come and ask, it means that the coach needs him. And it was slightly selfless for him to say, "I will risk aggravating this injury. I will risk missing time with my club. I will risk being out for a longer time. I will risk missing future matches just to help my country win this one final." That's where it comes to be slightly selfless. He is risking his body, he's risking more injury to help Nigeria out. So, like you mentioned, it is up to the coach to then decide whether or not he gets to play. It is up to the medical team to then decide whether or not they think that he is fit enough to play. So I think it's slightly selfish, slightly selfless. I cannot just pick one side. But all I know, I don't know if you're ever going to watch this. You got cooked, bro. You got cooked. Whether you played with one leg or you played with half leg, we all watched that match. I didn't go and cooked you, bro. I didn't go and cooked you. Telling us that you had only one leg, that's an excuse. That's an excuse. the boy showed you pepper in that match. He dealt with you. He cooked you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for playing in that final for us. You did well throughout the tournament. But in that one match, it paid me because I remember I chose I didn't go ask my player to watch before that final. And he cooked you, bro. He cooked you. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the comments by Ola Aina. Definitely an interesting one. He wasn't the only player that played with an injury. So we cannot pick on him. But yeah, interesting one for sure.